5-on-5 match that we have going on for the traditional elimination setup for Survivor Series is going to feature Cody Rhodes, Goldust, the Usos, and a returning Rey Mysterio against the Real Americans and the Shield. And a lot of people thought that we were going to get a 6-on-6 match instead with the inclusion of CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, but we touched upon that a couple of segments ago. And this is what we have to look forward to. And if you're interested in knowing what I think the lineup of the eliminations is going to be, there is that Bleacher Report article that I've mentioned before in the Rest Hold, and that's something that I'm not going to waste everybody's time reiterating right here. Go ahead and read that article if you want, but I will reiterate a couple points. One of them being Cody Rhodes and Goldust are going to matter so much more in this match than you would think that they would, because this match is going to revolve around the two of them doing a lot of the work. More specifically, Cody Rhodes. I don't think that the Usos are going to be there that long. I think they're going to be kind of like the first eliminations. And Rey Mysterio, if he is indeed still injured, he can't be expected to do that much. So I think we're going to see basically a 619 and some quick action with him and not much more. The bigger story of this whole thing, though, is who I think is going to be the sole survivor. And I think when this boils down to one person, the man who's going to be standing tall above everybody else and the one who really looks like a star, Roman Reigns. And we can try to dissect it here and there, but just in a general sense, going around the panel here, who do you think is going to be the sole survivor? We could break it down why you think these teams are going to win a little bit afterward, but Peyton, who do you think is going to be sole survivor? Or do you think there's going to be multiple people?
I don't think there's going to be a sole survivor. If it was, I think Roman Reigns would absolutely be the best choice, and I still see the Shield team being the surviving team. I don't expect either of the Real Americans to be there. Maybe Antonio Cesaro. Maybe like Reigns and Cesaro will be the standards at the end.
Sean?
They both stand there comparing their pythons.
I got Seth Rollins as the sole survivor.
Rollins. All right, we're getting some different things here. Miguel, who's sole survivor or sole survivors?
I'm going to take the safe bet and go Roman Reigns. There's too many people in here, and a lot of these guys are doing something right now, so it really is hard to say. At this point, it could honestly be anybody, but considering all the talk about Roman Reigns being WWE's next big pet project, I'm going to take the safe bet on this.
Steven?
Roman Reigns and one other member of the Shield.
No specific?
No, it doesn't really matter. It could be any member of the fucking team for all I care. I'm guessing another member of the Shield.
Drew?
I think I'm going to hold on. Just to kind of bookend this, I think I'm going to say that it's going to be down to Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. I think Cody Rhodes is somebody I think they really see a lot of a future into. I think he's going to get a big spot coming up at WrestleMania, maybe against his brother, but I think that's going to be the last two. Reigns and Rhodes.
We're picking the guy who's going to be in the final with, or does that not matter?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
Okay.
That's who I see.
Who do you think is going to be at the end, Drew?
If it's going to be on the Shield side, I'm going to go with Roman Reigns or maybe Ambrose, but that's about it. If I was going to go with Team Goldie, I was going to go with Cody Rhodes.
So all of us do think that the Shield team is going to win. So that's one thing that we can kind of just get out of the way. And it seems like we all kind of revolve this around Roman Reigns. Now, it's funny. Nobody thinks Jack Swagger, because fuck Jack Swagger. He's clearly the lowest part of the totem pole on this team.
He's kind of like another Del Rio to me. It's kind of just like, fuck Swagger.
It's kind of like the Rey Mysterio of the group. Like, no one wants him there.
A lot of people really want Rey Mysterio, even though he doesn't fit into this. I personally am not a big fan of Rey Mysterio. I think he's incredibly overrated and boring.
I just think Rey Mysterio has just been playing Sin Cara for all this time. I still believe in that theory.
Maybe Unico is playing Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, who knows?
I thought El Torito was Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
So, backtracking on the idea of having two people, why do you guys, the ones who think it's going to be more than one person, why do you think that there's going to be more than one? Peyton, why somebody like Cesaro and Reigns? Is it because Cesaro could be getting a push too, or is it just to make it a little less obvious?
I think it's to shake it up. I think this way both parts of that team end up looking a little bit strong. You know, you don't let the Real Americans look like complete buffoons, and the Shield obviously is going to look strong too. So they get their big player with Roman Reigns, and the Real Americans get their big player with Antonio Cesaro, and both of these guys will continue looking like the standouts of their team leading up through the WrestleMania season. I think these teams will remain together, but then post WrestleMania, when they start the dissension of these teams, those are going to be the standout guys, and it's all going to start with Survivor Series.
Now, who else had said that they were
That
going to
was
do?
me.
Steven, now you think Roman Reigns and one of the other members of the Shield?
Well, not necessarily none of a member of the Shield. In fact, I'm going to backtrack there. I do think it'll be Roman Reigns and another guy, though. I even kind of have an idea for the finish. I think it's going to be a matter of Ray's going to hit the 619 and... You know when he does that whole drop the dime, jumps off the top rope onto the guy? I think he's going to get caught with a spear in midair, and that's going to be the finish of the match. Just seems like something they do. The whole Roman Reigns doing this spear out of nowhere thing that he's been doing, so...
I'm pretty sure if Roman Reigns went to do that, he would go through the ropes with Rey Mysterio.
Even more reason to see it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason I've got the heel team winning this match also is just I've got a lot of faces winning on this card too, and I think there needs to be an extra heel win, so... Yeah.
Who else had said that they wanted Miguel, I think, right?
What?
You said that you had two people on your team.
Oh, I had said Roman Reigns to end, but I had said Cody Rhodes would probably
that's
be
right.
second best. If Roman Reigns doesn't end, I could see Cody ending.
Now, if it comes down to somebody on the opposite team and the babyface team ends up winning, we all seem to have this idea that Cody Rhodes is going to be one of the focal points, and I totally agree here. I think Cody is the person who is going to stand out as a huge star in that team. But I think that WWE, if they do end up going with them, we're going to see that will be the only situation where two people survive, and that will be Cody and Rey Mysterio. If the babyfaces do win, I know, Drew, you threw in your prediction there, but if the babyfaces do win, what do you think is going to happen, Steven?
If the babyfaces win?
Yeah.
I just don't see it happening for one, but I suppose you'd have to put Cody over if you're going to put him over anyone. In fact, if the faces win, I could see you getting Rey Mysterio and Cody Rhodes being the last two guys.
Miguel? Cody?
Yeah, I could see, like I said, I could see him winning. I could see him leading to the end if it isn't Roman Reigns. I do think that they have plans for him. I do think that they're building him up to something big with his brother, so I'm going to go with that. And plus, maybe they might go with Rey Mysterio because he just got back, but I don't think so. I think Rey is going to be one of those surprise losses. I think that he's going to be one of Roman Reigns' losses. I think Roman Reigns is going to pin him.
Do you think Cody Rhodes has forgotten about how Rey Mysterio made him ugly?
Can I say something really quickly?
Sure.
Like if I was gonna pick the baby faces to win, I think what they should do is just avoid tagging Rey Mysterio in until it's him and Cody Rhodes left, because I think they'll be the last two, and then just do this huge hot tag for Rey Mysterio to come in. I think if they should do something like that if they're gonna have Rey Mysterio go that far.
I think we might actually see that in the match anyway. My main thing that I think Rey Mysterio is here for is to eliminate Dean Ambrose and then to get a spear. I think that's really it. I think he's not going to do that much else. He's going to do a 619, and then he's going to get his ass handed to him by Roman Reigns.
His ass.
So do you think that'll set up a U.S. title match down the line then?
Yeah, I think that Mysterio is the next person to put over Dean Ambrose.
Well, hopefully the spear doesn't take him out.
It might. He might just get injured again because it's Rey Mysterio. He might get injured walking to the ring or something like that. Or maybe he'll shake hands with Sin Cara backstage and they'll both break their hands or something.
I
Sean,
know we talk so much about Sin Cara being botchy, but fuck, Ray's just as bad these days.
he really is. Overrated as hell. I can't stand him anymore. Sean, if the babyfaces win, what do you think is going to happen?
I reckon it's going to come down to Dustin and Roman Reigns in the final two. If the faces are going to win, and Goldust is gonna go over. as the better brother, and then that's going to set up something, and then later down the line, then between the two, as Goldust is going to be like, "Oh, I'm better than you," and let's set up that.
All right, Peyton, what do you think is going to happen with the babyfaces then? If they win, is it going to be built around Cody Rhodes? Is it going to be built around Rey Mysterio? What's going to happen?
Jimmy Uso, Soul Survivor.
All right,
that fucking answer.
we're going to move on to a fantastic match that I'm sure is going to be the star of the night. Total Divas Elimination match coming up in the next part.